Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where we make long and short-term investing simple. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ and at some stocks that have some very interesting price action that you can take a look at for tomorrow's trading day and take advantage of. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Today's day on the NASDAQ is looking very bullish here, and we're currently moving up higher and higher as we just had Google earnings and we also had Tesla earnings, and both companies did beat, which is great to see, especially in a bull trend like this. We're expecting some new, much higher all-time highs here. So what I'm liking here, yesterday was supposed to be a very bearish day, and I too was taking shorts yesterday, and we caught a very nice trend. We were supposed to touch this resistance line over here, but we didn't, so that shows that the bulls are in control now, and you can see that especially in today when we had this bit of liquidity sweep here, and the bulls came rushing in to keep buying, and we moved up a total of about 1.1% from this low all the way to where we are now. So I'm really liking that now, and again, it's a bull trend, so I'm not talking about shorting the market anytime soon, and especially for tomorrow, my position is going to look like so. We broke above yesterday's previous high, and what we're looking for now is to have, I'm going to say this will probably be our high most likely for today. What I'm looking for in tomorrow's trading day, and I'll just draw this out real quick. Let's say that the market closes right over, oh, that's not a straight line at all. Let's say the market closes something like this, and this is where the market opens. I definitely think that we will have a move to the downside where we start sweeping, lose momentum in the pre-market, and that's when we start to move up higher, and then we're going to get a break of this line over here, and this line representing today's high that we moved up in the NASDAQ. Once we break that, we're going to get a much higher move to there, and that's the move that I'm liking the most when it comes to the NASDAQ. So that being said, do keep an eye out for some long positions, but the only time I'm getting short in the NASDAQ right now is if we break below this 22,900 line, and from there is a very good chance that we could come back down and retest previous all-time highs and then start moving back up, because again, it's still a bull trend until it's not. If we are looking for an actual bear trend where we're making, having months in the red, then you're looking for a break of this green support line over here, and then that's kind of showing, that we're moving lower. But I don't think that's going to be the case anytime soon. So let's move on to our other stocks here. It's been a very mixed day. A lot of the stocks have been chopping around for today. Google was chopping around a lot. Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, nvidia was up, Broadcom was up, but mostly a lot of chopping for today, and especially for Google and Tesla, a lot of anticipation for earnings is going to cause a lot of uncertainty in the market and this constant tug of war. So without further ado, let's take a look at these stocks here, starting off with Tesla. Now Tesla, I'm not a huge fan of Tesla as a company, but I am not going to be biased when it comes to their chart. Their charts are looking pretty nice, and the reason why I'm liking their chart right now is because there is a very obvious range that Tesla is in right now, and it's looking something like this, where you have your support and your resistance squeezing in here. And right now in the post market, we are still in this range here. We're not beating it out, but I'd love to see something like a 1 hour or 4 hour candle break of the upside, and from there you can be placing a trade there. But for that trade, what that could look like, you're placing your trade right at the break of this resistance line over here. Your stop loss is right at the swing low, and then you can take profit right at the top of this range over here for a nice 2.85, or even a little bit higher if you want to reach all the way at the top, about a 3 risk to reward ratio. So that's a very good trade there, and very, very possible, especially with Tesla starting to tightening up. And right here, we just exited out of a bear trend pretty recently, so it's kind of funny to see that we moved up a little bit and then we're back into another range. So if we do receive a break to the upside, then you're going long. Break to the downside, going short. Pretty self-explanatory there. Let's take a look at Google, considering that they also were with earnings as well. Tesla did beat earnings and revenue, and Google also beat earnings and revenue today by a decent amount here as well. But one thing that I'm not liking about Google is the price action. Off of technical analysis, it doesn't look too great, and let me show you why. For the price action for candles themselves, very weak price action over here at this resistance line, which is not great. Especially seeing a double top from this resistance line here, not a great sign. If we take a look at some more technicals over here, our Bollinger Bands, we are currently exiting out of the upper Bollinger Band, and that's not a very good sign, especially when we rise up, we break above it, You get a very weak day and an even weaker day that's kind of engulfing somewhat the body of this candle. Not very great. But you know what? Google, I believe in the long term, so I'm still going to play the long game. I'm not closing up my long-term positions. However, in the short term, what I can think for a good trade could be something like this, where you're placing a short trade right here when market opens, hopefully at around 191.56 where we are currently. Stop loss right at the double top here, and then your take profit all the way down either to the support line over here, or either to this basis line in the Bollinger Bands. I think either one of those could be very, very possible for take profit. For the last security we'll be looking at, that's going to be Dogecoin here, and I recently just closed my Dogecoin position today, and we closed at right about $26 a share right above here. And the reason being is because I'm seeing this huge rejection here. I didn't like to see this kind of shooting star top, especially a bearish day after that. And then a day where we're down 12.5%. You don't typically see that in these huge bull markets that we have in these cryptocurrencies here. For example, here 4, maybe 5, but 12% in a bull market is not a great sign, especially when you're starting to make a shape that is looking like it's losing momentum. So I have closed my Dogecoin position. We still closed out about at 19-20% for a Dogecoin position. So still a great trade, nevertheless. That's, you know, somebody's TFSA in 2 years. But you know what, long term, I'm not looking for Doge. I don't believe that it's going to $1. I don't think it's going to $2. I don't think it's going to have any longevity whatsoever, just because it's been around for a little while now, and we still haven't made a higher high compared to where we were a long time ago. Even though Dogecoin is more talked about, has more hype, it's just not showing a lot of strength here. So that being said, I'm not looking for Dogecoin in the long term or even in the short term, so I am closing my positions until further notice. But we still closed out at a great position there, and currently for our stocks and cryptocurrency positions, we're currently up about 35%, and that's not even year to date. That's 35% within since mid-June. So we're doing really, really well there. With our NASDAQ positions, we're currently up about 180%. And again, this is after our leverage. I am a leverage trader, and the reason why I succeed at day trading is because I place unbiased positions, and I place positions without having the fear of missing out, and I only placed very cherry-picked positions, ones that I truly think will win. So once I do that, once I tie all these skills together, that's why we're up so much money there, and we're currently beating the S&P by, let me see, about 160, 170%. So if you are interested in learning how to not just trade like me, but trade exactly like me, follow all the trades I take, including take profit, stop loss, percentage risk allocation, come take a look at that link in the description, wap.com/tnpfinance, and you're gonna get the secret sauce to everything that I do. So that's gonna be a wrap for today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video, y'all. Happy trading. Stay safe, y'all.